Last night I watched The Last Samurai, not for the first time. It's probably like the third time since it's been out. And it did spur me to do some searches on words last night because there are three words that occur to me ever since childhood I have naturally just thrown out, not knowing what they meant, but I've used them a lot. Never knowing what they meant, never knowing their origin. And while watching the movie, one of them came out and I was like, whoa, I guess I need to look into this. And one of them was Bushu. And I looked up Bushu, and Bushu means I think it's Mandarin or Japanese, I'm not 100%, but at any rate, it means radical. It means it's very complex and it has no certain meaning. It is a radical. It's a word meaning. It has no true meaning. It's radical. Okay? The other one is Mashiro, which translates to healer or the capability or the act of healing or being a healer. Right? And then Boshiro, which Boshiro is the way of the samurai. It is the way of the warrior. And in that, you can take that it means, in its essence, living every moment to the best capacity you can. Like, improving yourself and living life and experiencing every moment to the fullest. And being the best that you can in each moment. That is peak existence, is attempting in each moment to be present and express yourself in that moment to the best of your ability. Boshiro, the way of the warrior, the way of the samurai, was not just warrioristic, very balanced. You know, if you are into the art of war, you also, in balance, should be into art. Like expression, poetry, painting, you know, expressions of the spirit, not just expressions of the physical world, the spiritual expressions in the physical world. So I bring this up in these days because it just occurred to me to look it up. I've been using the word for a long time, these three words, since I was a child, not knowing what they meant. I don't even know where I picked them up. Past life, possibly. But either way, now I know what it means, and I'm highly intrigued with what comes next in this evolution of awakening from becoming clear. I had a dream last night, and this dream was, I went to a strip club and immediately was like greeted with, some beautiful girls, and I started running around the club with them, and the owner immediately gave me a whistle. So I put the whistle on, it was on a necklace, and I was wearing this whistle. I never used it or blew it, but what I wanted to do there was start taking out the trash. There was trash everywhere, so I started picking up the trash and cleaning up, and even though I was interested in the girls, it wasn't a sexual desire, it was a general interest in them, and I did want to have conversations and be with them, but I didn't want them. And that disturbed them. They started to turn away from me because I wasn't I wasn't overtaken into the sexuality of the situation. And a lot of this meant to me, that there has been a healing, in me, a warning signal, a capability of casting out a warning with a whistle, wearing it around but not using it, just having it. And, clearing out the trash, which towards the end, the trash was all cleared. And having and seeking true, honest relationships outside of just sexual desire was another message from this dream. Also, as I was leaving this club, there was a guy, an older gentleman standing by the door, and he was on crutches. And as I walked by him, he like lifted up his crutch and it slipped into my boot. And I thought he was joking. And he said, "Hey." I said, "Hey." And then I kept walking, but his crutch was in my boot. So I took a couple steps and I realized I was carrying his crutch away. And I turned back and gave him his crutch back, and it's like, whatever, you know, and then left. And then I woke up. So I mean, decoded, this was very much about, you know, having a capability of sending out warnings of caution, wearing it on myself, but not needing it, being not in need of it, just having it, cleaning up not only in myself, but my relationships and how I view others, and allowing others to have their own crutches and not carry them for them in my travels, in my future path, being separated from the troubles and tribulations and taking on other people's things. And then when I woke, I started thinking about it, and the greater message for me is there is a healing that's occurred for me that's allowing me to see things truly, that I have sought people and been a part in people's lives as a provider. I've been loved, desired, and sought after for my capability of being a provider, providing not for who I am, for what I am, for my values and what I care about, has never been truly admired or loved or cared about in my relationships. Most every situation in my life that I've given myself to has been because I provide. And this separation that I've done and the shadow work is showing me this part of me that I am now capable and able and taking action towards changing. I can provide, I am a provider, but I'm giving up that as my core essence. I need real, you know, I'm not just a provider, so much more than that. That's never been prioritized by me. I've always prioritized providing. So that's been what other people have seen or expected. Friendships and relationships alike, they all expect me to provide answers, help, guidance, whatever, you know, money, you know, financial support, and these things I become aware of and am allowing to transition into soulful, meaningful, and I want to say more fulfilling pursuits in relationships from here on. Being in people's lives because they appreciate who I am and what I focus on, what's important to me, is going to be my priority from here on. Not that I can help or provide or give answers or financial support. If that's all that people want from me, I'm not that guy anymore. I'm not offering that anymore. That's not up for grabs anymore. I'm not an answer person. I'm not going to make other people's lack of education and effort easier for them to exist because I can easily answer their questions or solve or give solutions where they haven't done the hard work and learned the hard lessons to have earned that knowledge and capability. I earned it, and so will they on their own. I can't give it freely, and I can't prioritize being that so I can provide that. It's not priority anymore. I'm prioritizing me for a change and not feeling guilty about it. That's the other part. Anytime I have tried to prioritize myself, I've ended up feeling guilty for it. And other people in my lives have made me or attempted to make me feel guilty for it, as if I was being selfish. But the reality is, I'm allowing and providing for them to be selfish by being unselfish. By not prioritizing me, I'm allowing them to deprioritize me to prioritize themselves. I've been a stepping stool, I've been a crutch, I've been a prop, and I'm just over it. Just over it. Just completely over it. I deserve better. I always have, but I never sought it. I never truly believed it. I never really made it a priority for me. So, that's the big change from that dream, is seeing myself as worthy of the things that I desire and the things that I have worked towards over being a provider for others. Changes are good. Changes are healing. Mashiro. Bullshit. Bushu. These three words, they've always been in my life. And it wasn't until I was resonating hardcore with The Last Samurai, it just was hitting me in my soul. And then they said, Bullshito, the way of the warrior, and he explained it. I was like, Bullshito, wait a minute. I know this word, I've used this word a lot. It means something in my soul. I embody it. I am an artist, I am a poet. I love creation, I love art, I love expression of the soul, I love expression in thought, and I also do prioritize fulfillment of every moment to the greatest capability of the moment. You can't waste any moment in life because the moment's all you have right now. This has always meant a lot to me, but I have also dampened it with smoking weed and alcohol and sex and prioritizing other people's betterment and their future over my own. I'm gonna start giving to me and fulfilling and enriching myself and not feeling guilty about it because I deserve it. I'm worthy, and I give that to me. I do.
Warrior! I don't need to try. I can do it. God is with me. I'm not afraid.